This is Elven. I believe it's the word for light. It's some sort of clue to this barrier. Not sure how. Oh, well done. Well done indeed.
That's something you don't see every day.
A pair of shrines. This one is clearly Andrastian, albeit from a very early period, likely pre-divine. But this is Elven. One of their gods. What was it? Every mother finds Druffalo among sleeping juniper groves. G something. The one with the deer.
What was that? Every mother finds Druffalo.
Oh, it's a memory aid to help me with the names of the elven gods. Every is Ghilan'nain, mother is Mythal, finds is fallow something. I was more focused on early Chantry history. Didn't really do elves.
Are you sure that your memory aid caught all the elven gods?
Well, there's only one F for Falondine. Oh, I suppose I forgot Fen'Harel.
Most people do.
This isn't him, though. It's one of the ladies, obviously. G something.
That would be Ghilan'nain, mother of the Hala.
Yes! Brilliant, thank you. Oh, that would have bothered me all day.
2 shrines for 2 lovers. Inquisitor Ameridan and Talana. Maybe Talana was an elf.
Oh, yes. That's good. The Chantry expunged references to elves before the Exalted March on the Dales. They erased the Canticle of Shartan. They must have done the same to Talana.
The Chantry should not rewrite history to cover up inconvenient truths.
Agreed. The chant of light should spread the truth, not suppress it.
Regardless, the important thing is what this tells us. It's not a burial site. That much is obvious.
Look at those flowers. They're not native to the area. What if they were left at the shrine as an offering?
Yes. A night of prayer before battle against the dragon. But then where? Where? We're missing something. What are we missing? Oh, where did you go?
Professor, look at this. Shartan 10-7 and Transfigurations 10-1.
Shartan is dissonant. And before them, empty, outstretched, lay the land which led to the gates of Minrathous. And Transfigurations is, the light shall lead her safely through the paths of this world. Why these verses? Why would Inquisitor Ameridan take the time to carve this before going into battle?
Gates of Minrathous. Isn't there a Tevinter fortress in the area?
Yes. Oh, of course! The ritual site! To seal the dragon away, Ameridan's elven mage must have used a spell at a site of great power.
My scouts have checked the fortress. It's sealed behind a wall of ice. It has to be magic.
Let's look around. Ameridan found a way through that ice, so that way should be nearby.
To lock the door behind them?
And every lock has a key.
Like these trail markers. Ameridan must have known how to use them. If they can melt through the ice, that must be where Ameridan sealed away the dragon.
I'll follow the markers and see what we can find. Hopefully this removes the wall of ice around the Tevinter fortress.
No ice, still a wall. What about that? Ugh, water everywhere. Everything is dank and chafy.
I don't know what you're complaining about. You're taller than I am.
You were in Denerim, huh?
I've been lots of places.
From what I've heard, the Jenny thing wasn't so playful down there.
Right, well, everyone knows an arse or two.
I'm just saying, it seems like you're not having the effect you could.
Well, hello, third arse.
The ancient Imperium did like to leave a mark. I wonder how long they stayed. This must be where Colette wished to study.
Inquisitor, you may want to see this. Inquisitor, I was going to send word. I found something. This inscription, almost completely faded, but two stood. Felled 60 true before our triumph. A breath in the hunt, and let rest the lowlanders, worthy of the lady's care. The markings and surrounding artifacts date to Ameridan's time. The references and scripts suggest Avar.
What's your theory?
I need to complete a full survey and have Professor Kenrick evaluate the site himself. But this may be a tribute to Heron and Orina, Inquisitor Emeriden's companions.
What happened here?
Emeriden and his companions fought the original Jaws of Hakon. They were outnumbered, but Emeriden had a sworn duty. Could Emeriden and Talana be skilled enough to slip past the Jaws of Hakon? What if someone had to buy them time?
If this is the resting place of Heron and Orina, it only remains because the Avar took time to honor them.
Respect for a worthy adversary? It wouldn't be out of place.
What makes you think the inscription refers to Heron and Orina?
It's only a theory, but the age of the markings and surrounding artifacts match the timeline we've established for Emeriden. We know that Emeriden and his companions came into violent contact with the Avar. I found glass fragments in the clay, several with slight veins of discoloration. Blue. Like Templar artifacts.
Templars?
The Templars were a new order in Emeriden's time. Given their small numbers then, few would be found outside the Chantry's reach. It's unusual to find one deep in uncharted territory, unless he traveled here for a purpose, as Heron would have.
What do you know about Heron?
When the Templar Order was first formed, Sir Heron was among its members. He's arguably the most famous of the original Templars, though he was never one of their leaders. He's better known as one of Inquisitor Emeriden's confidants. They'd known each other since youth.
So they were close. Friends.
When Emeriden was made Inquisitor, Heron's position in his inner circle was assumed. A few ballads about them survive. The type with adventures and happy endings. I don't know if they're true. They remind me of my brothers, though.
What can you tell me about Orina?
Orina was an alchemist in Orzammar. It's said she met Emeriden while dealing with a demon, but it's not known why Emeriden was there. Demons aren't common in the deep roads, but they were a problem for the Inquisition at the time. Orina knew she could help, so she joined Emeriden.
If she left Orzammar, that would make her a surfacer.
She turned her back on the stone, though it's said she had few regrets. Some claim she was actually from one of Orzammar's noble families, but who can say? She never used her last name on the surface, and once exiled, the family likely struck her name from personal documents. Professor Kenrick petitioned Orzammar's Shaperit to grant access to their records, but the request was turned down.
What will you do with this information?
Professor Kenrick will expect detailed notes on the location, stone and clay samples, and any trace artifacts I can find. If Emeriden's history is compiled, this could be worth an entire chapter. I might get credit on the inside cover.
Thank you, Colette.
Inquisitor.
every part of you, Sera. Soft, silly, sibilant, sighing in silence, waiting for you to hear them.
Could someone please shut him up? Or I'm gonna shaft him in his creepy little eyes.
You called me him. Thank you.
Ugh!
Tevinter architecture at its finest. This just screams, I hated my parents and had no friends as a child, doesn't it?
Your gods are weak, Inquisitor! You will see the power of Hakon when we destroy the lowlands!
I don't see us breaching these walls. Could we try something else? Perhaps our new friends at Stone Bear Hold will have some ideas.
Fight! The jaws of Hakon will bring death to you all!
Did you enjoy the Winter Palace, Cole?
There were so many wonderful hats.
Did you try dancing? Or did you skulk around invisibly?
Dancing is hard. You have to listen with your feet as well as your heart.
and not poke around in the heads of the other dancers.
There's a lot to do all at once.
Look, can you at least not stare past my eyes? Freaking creepy, that.
You're not your eyes. You live behind them.
That too. Don't do that. Creepy.